Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this video finds you, I hope you're having a rad time. I'm the Figure Dude, and on today's action figure showcase, we have the second to last part of our Ruthless Aggression series. Without further ado, let's talk about some figures. Dude. Welcome back. As I mentioned, this is the second to last part, so there's going to be one more episode of Showcase that has my Ruthless Aggression collection, and then we're going to move on to bigger and better things. But at the same time, I don't know if it personally gets much bigger and better than the Ruthless Aggression era. My favorite period of wrestling, not saying it's the best, and you can argue all you want. I will absolutely hear those arguments, but I love the Ruthless Aggression era. So starting off here, we've got Triple H and Shawn Michaels, and admittedly, I don't have a ton of I feel like I don't have a ton, but then if I did a Triple H showcase, I'd probably have a ton of figures, but definitely more representation of Shawn Michaels in my Ruthless Aggression era. This Triple H, so both of these Triple H figures are heads from the Ultimate Edition that we got, and I think those head scans are fantastic. We didn't really get Triple H figures with the handlebar mustache, so when we got that Ultimate, I was pretty jacked. This one, so I've gone back and forth, kind of regret messing with it a little bit, but this was the Decade of Domination figure that had the like long black tights, and I didn't really feel like I needed it, so I ended up just, you can see here, I fixed it up. I put normal legs on it to give him that later Ruthless Aggression, like post-evolution, everything kind of look, and I thought that was a little more necessary because I do have the early Evolution and early Ruthless Aggression Triple H's, but I mean, it looks fine, just I didn't realize how hard it was going to be to get another one of those. And then this is the first DX figure that we got with the DX shirt. And then again, I just put that Ultimate Edition head on there. I thought that was really nice. The Shawn Michaels in his long chaps was a big want of mine for a long time. And then we just got like a bunch of them at the same time. I think this was SummerSlam. This is WrestleMania 25, I think. This is WrestleMania 26. And then this one was, WrestleMania 23. I think this one he fought John Cena. I would really like WrestleMania 21. I think it is when he fought Kurt Angle. It's one of my favorite matches. I get my WrestleManias mixed up in there. I think that was 21 where he fought Kurt Angle, but I would love a Kurt Angle from that time as well. I don't know, like Mattel needs to get it together and just knock out a bunch of Kurt Angles, because we're getting that Ultimate, but there's a lot of Kurt Angle attires I would love. It'd be so easy to make chases of him, giving him different looks. But anyway, right now it's about Shawn Michaels, Triple H. So I'm going to move these guys back here, and then I have their, I have that Ultimate Triple H I wanted to take a peek at. And then I've got my DX Shawn Michaels. So I do not have the Shawn Michaels in the DX camo. I've had a couple opportunities to pick him up, and for various reasons, just haven't really. But here we've got Walgreens DX Shawn Michaels. Whoopsie. Come on. There we go. And then we've got the Ultimate Edition Triple H, which I don't know about the torso. He definitely was thicker then, but overall I think it's an awesome figure. Like I said, I really like the head scans. I think the shirt that comes with him is awesome, with the little cartoon versions of him and Shawn. I know not everyone enjoyed that DX era, but it was very nostalgic for me, and I was young. I mean, I was like elementary, middle school age, I think, when that came back. Probably like 12, 13. Oh, having a problem with this shirt on Shawn. Just admire Triple H while I get this shirt figured out. There we go. I think I swapped the head too and gave him the long hair instead of the ponytail. I don't remember. But this DX Shawn, I thought it was really cool. Any DX attires I always think are cool, but then you can see this one is the DX sprayed over that Iron Cross that he had, which is not much different than that custom I had done. So there are those guys. I had the Spirit Squad in the last Ruthless Aggression showcase. So those guys feuded with DX a lot. I thought their feud was hilarious. So absolutely needed DX in here. Let's see, what do we got on the pile here? We've got some Rey Mysterios next. So let's take a look at these Reys. We've got, so this Royal Rumble one, I was a big fan. I really liked the red attire. I'm glad we got that. This ECW one, I think is awesome. I really love the jacket. The attire, it was different for Rey. He was the heavyweight champion, ECW One Night Stand. I think, was that the first one? I don't remember now. I do not remember. Anyway, here are my Ruthless Aggression Rey Mysterios, and I don't have there. We have the white one from his like SmackDown debut. Obviously, it was a little earlier, but I love the Rey Mysterios. I love all the figures we get of him. I feel like they managed to do a very good job differentiating them. Like, obviously, this is the Ultimate, and these guys, is this the, I don't know, is that the same scan? This one has the black contacts, obviously, so the scans look a little bit different, but I like what they do with the Reys. I think they do a great job. This one's from SummerSlam when he fought Eddie for the custody of Dominic. This one is, yeah, like I said, it's from One Night Stand. I think this one's really cool. Just overall, like, I buy like all the Rey Mysterios. I loved collecting them in the Jack's Ruthless Aggression line because, again, we got a ton of Rey Mysterios. And there was like just endless amounts of attires that you could do for him. And I think that Mattel has done a fantastic job. I do wish we'd get more Ruthless Aggression era, and even WCW. We've gotten a couple, well, yeah, we've gotten like 3 WCW Elites of Rey. Rest in peace, Nitro Stage. We almost got another one there in the Ultimate Edition line, but there's always going to be more Reys coming, so, yeah, give them all to me. Okay, so I know I talked about this Rey already, but I had to bring him back up to put him with Eddie and Dominic. It is hysterical that we got this Dominic in the line. It was something I thought would be funny, but I never thought they would actually go back and make a Build-A-Figure flashback of Dominic. I thought that was fantastic. I love getting figures of guys in their attires from matches. So I don't remember if this is the exact attire. I don't know if this is what Eddie wore at SummerSlam, but it's like this works for the time. I believe. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I was watching as strictly as I had been at this point. I was like late 2005-ish, maybe. I don't remember. Anyway, this Eddie is one of my favorites we've gotten from Mattel. I think that head scan is awesome. The original Legends Eddie we got, I think the head was a little small, and I think that this fits better. The hair's got the dry brush on it on top. I think that looks really nice. I love the I'm Your Poppy shirt. Just everything about it. Like, Eddie is another guy that I wish we would get more of. We definitely have a lot of there's so many different eras. Like, we could get different WCW ones. We're getting more. I think one of them is going to be an Ultimate Edition in the Monday Night Wars line, which I'm really excited for that. Like, we've gotten one of his WCW looks in his singlet. We've gotten a lot of eras representative Eddie, but just again, there's a lot of attires and moments I would really like his purple attire from Great American Bash. I'd like that. And then again, like more Reys, but I like that. And the Dominic figure is pretty good, like with the cloth good shirt and the, like the bleach blonde hair. Like I remember like the segments and being like, God, Eddie's such a monster. He's so terrible. How can he do that to his friend? Blah, blah, blah. But good times. I wish I still had I wish I still thought wrestling was real. Just a different time in life, when that was my biggest worry, was whether or not wrestling was real or not. And I am slacking today. I keep forgetting. I also have my Jax Vicky Guerrero that can go right in there with them. She scales pretty well. She's probably supposed to be like a little shorter. Her hair's a little big. But this comes like... it's a Jax figure. It comes with cloth goods. She's got high heels. I think this is better than the Vickies we've gotten in the Mattel line. Just like overall, like with the cloth goods and everything. We got quite a few... at least a couple Vicky Guerreros. I know I have like a basic of hers when she was managing Dolph, but she came down in that match to knock Eddie off the ladder, so had to sneak that in here too. Next up, we have Simon, Dean, and Gemini. And admittedly, I don't remember anything about Gemini. I think one of them might have been named Jesse. I don't remember them at all, but I know that they were like the heavies for Simon Dean for a little bit. I thought Simon Dean was hysterical. It's Nova from ECW, which I do have a custom of him coming down the line sometime whenever I can get around to that, but I had to make a Simon Dean. I had this Jax figure. It came with his jacket that had his face on the back and said Simon, but he was a fitness guru or whatever. Reminds me a lot of White Goodman from Dodgeball. He was just ridiculous. I thought he was funny, and I like this Jax head is from the Jax figure I had as a kid, so a custom I knew I was going to make eventually. Yeah, wore purple more often, I think, but my Jax figure was in the blue, so that's what I went with. It was a pretty simple formula, like just some jeans, pants that I painted, and then a singlet top. But for Gemini, for those guys, I just took some extra Lesnar bodies and put their Jax heads. Their heads are gigantic, but they were just like some two beefy dudes that walked around, I don't know, doing beefy dude things, I guess. But there wasn't much to these customs. I had started doing them for Work in Progress Wednesday, and then I was like, these guys, I don't think they deserve it. They didn't earn the right to their own singular Work in Progress Wednesday. So I ended up not fully finishing that episode, and then just showing them off here on Showcase. But with Simon Dean, like I said, I love having stables, so he's got his heavies. I wanted to make them, and just another like deep cut Ruthless Aggression guy that I thought was funny to have in my collection. Next up is my current custom of Mr. Kennedy, and admittedly, I don't love this custom. I made it a long time ago. He's got one tattoo. He doesn't even have his back tattoo on here. It's completely hand painted, no decals, but I think formula wise is fine, but it is one that I want to go back to, get around, fix up, whatever. But I always wanted to like Mr. Kennedy because I'm from Wisconsin, he's from Wisconsin, but he was such an a-hole, and he was a great a-hole. That was what he was supposed to be doing, but someone that I always tried to like him, but he was a heel. He was a good heel. He did what he needed to do. So this again is a Jax head from the Ruthless Deluxe Aggression. So this head works really well on the Mattel body. On the Deluxe Aggression figure, his body was huge and the head was tiny. So it looked goofy, but at the time it was the only Mr. Kennedy figure that I could get my hands on. I just couldn't find one at the store. So I had that Deluxe Aggression for a long time. And a lot of my Jax, or a lot of my Ruthless Aggression customs were just from the figures that I had when I was younger. So like Scott Steiner was one I remember, Booker T, and I'm sure like this whole Spirit Squad. But anyway, I want to make another Mr. Kennedy. I want to make him from when he won Money in the Bank, and that's why I have the briefcase with him. I have the decals for it, just not on here yet, because I was gonna just do it all one time. Might do an Ultimate Edition. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. I was just kind of looking around at stuff, but there's my Mr. Kennedy. So I only have a few left, and then we're gonna be out of here. So this is actually going to be my last two here. I thought I had more in the pile, but those are just some wrestlers that I've got on my shelf for a Work in Progress Wednesday. So we'll get to those eventually. But we've got Deuce and Domino, and I have wanted to track down the Jax Cherry figure. I'm pretty sure their valet Cherry. They have their name, right? Yeah. Let's go with that. I think we got a Jax figure of her, so I've wanted to track that down for a while, but we've got Deuce and Domino here. And I didn't really care about these guys, but again, we had the Jacked head scans. I was trying to think of the formula, and I just thought it was too easy not to go with. But is this one Deuce? I forget. This one is Jimmy Snuka's son that let Undertaker fall on his head. That's what I remember about him. I can't remember if he was Deuce or Domino, but I did look up reference pictures, and the one with the long hair, what Domino? He can be Domino today. Domino wore like a tighter shirt, and Deuce had like a little bit looser shirt. So I tried to go with that look. So I used Elias legs for both of them to give him those cuffed pants. And then this is from Shane McMahon, his one of his elite figures. He had that torso underneath, and then I think these shoulders are from him as well. But then over here, he had like the more bunched up shirt. So what I did was take this torso from, I think, a Rob Gronkowski Elite. And then the shoulders are from an IRS. So he's got like that t-shirt kind of look. So I didn't want to use the IRS arms because they're more ripped. They don't have the tape and everything. But it really, like, no painting or anything. I try not to paint white because it rubs a little more. But like two of my I really like the customs, don't care as much about the characters. So gonna move these guys back here. I don't know, I didn't really look at the time on this video, but I feel like that was a pretty quick showcase. One more part, and next part for Ruthless Aggression Era is going to be the final episode for now. I've already added some more Ruthless Aggression stuff, like as I've been filming all of these, but next week's going to be the tail end, kind of a bunch of the WWE ECW guys or characters, whatever you want to call them. But if you like what we're doing here, you can go check out some more. Obviously, I said this is just part of my Ruthless Aggression series. I've done a whole bunch of them, so you can go back, check those out, check out some other collections I have. Other than that, please continue to like, share, subscribe. I always appreciate it. And remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy more action figures. Figure Dude out.